All right, guys, we're live. All right. We're gonna wait a bit just to let the class build up. What's going on? If you guys can hear me, type in a 1. If you can hear me, type in a 1. If you can hear me, type the number 1. If you can hear me, type the number 1. We're gonna start momentarily. All right, this is the Hebrew class online. We're just waiting a few minutes till 7 o'clock for more people to join the class. What's up? You coming to Sabbath service tomorrow? You should bring that tomorrow. You get that off to Officer SHALAM. Can you guys hear? Check, check, check. Okay, okay. We just building up some viewership right now. Bear with us a few moments before we get started. To everyone that's watching, to all the brothers out there, Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim, Sharp Thumb. To the sisters, Yahweh, Shema, Alathan, Bashim, Yahushai. Priest and officer of 1,000, Mashagapan, holding the class down until officer and priest Hazahab gets here. So bear with us for a few moments. We're just trying to build up some more viewership before we begin the class, all right? So go get y'all drinks, get y'all food, get ready to take some notes, you know. Open up the notebook to a brand new page, all right? So, Joel, you got your Hebrew sheet? Shalom, I'm gonna need you to work this camera, right? Charles, you were here last class, right? You have the notes that Officer Hazahab went out from last class? Let me get them up with Shah so we can do a review. We're gonna be starting in about 5 minutes, guys, all right? In about 5 minutes, we're gonna be starting. Make sure y'all share this page. What you gonna write in? What are you gonna write in?
Oh, you want
Okay. Look at y'all take pristine notes up in here. No, but you should get a notebook just dedicated to Hebrew. You know, that'd just be my suggestion. We're gonna get started in 3 minutes, all right, guys? So, are there any cups over there? Can you give me a cup, Bubba Show? Joel, you busy? I know, so I want you to get your Hebrew sheet, you know. I want you to go to the board and take a marker, get a marker down. What? And Shaw, I'm gonna need you to work this camera, right?
You want me to face it to the, you want me to face it now?
Not yet.
Come on.
All right, Akim, Wa'akwafium, we're about to start class. Today is April 5th, Friday, 7:05. And if you haven't guessed it already, it is the Lashawan Qadash class, the holy tongue, the ancient Hebrew, the pure tongue of our people. And right now we're going to break it down. I'm priest and officer of 1,000 of Shagapan, holding it down for Officer Hazahab, priest and officer of 5,000. He'll be here shortly to carry on and end the class. But for right now, we're just going to do a quick review. Whenever I come up here, whenever anyone comes up, we always try to do a quick review of the Hebrew alphabet. So right now I have a young man who is in the process of doing his 90 days. And he's been coming to class and coming to Hebrew class and taking pretty good notes. So right now we're going to put him under pressure a little bit. It's always good to put your brother under pressure. It's always good to put your brother under pressure to help mold and shape him into that warrior, into a legend. So what we're going to do, Sha'al, if you can, I want you to rotate this camera.
Come on, cut, sir.
No, leave it there. Just see if you can rotate with the handle up top.
Come on, cut, sir.
Keep going. Bring it up a little bit. Keep going. Now keep turning. Right there.
Come on.
This is Brother Joel. He about to be put in the furnace. See how that ancient alphabet looks. So Joel, you got the Hebrew sheet. That's okay. I know we all still learning, you know. But I want you to give me the first 5 Hebrew letters up there. I want you to put the first 5 Hebrew letters. Put the English underneath it. Put the ancient. All right. Let's get that done. Well, first of all, you know which way we read?
From right to left, sir.
You know which way we write?
From right to left, sir.
All right. Come. The first 5. Let me get the first 5. And make sure you write the English underneath it. So people write it bigger. You put all 5 on the board. I want all 5 on the board. That way people at home can see it. And when you write the Hebrew, right underneath each symbol, I want you to put the English sound right underneath it. So if you put the I want you to put AH underneath the I. Understood?
Same color, sir.
Yeah, do your thing. Now, if you're at home, make sure you're doing the same thing. It's always good to practice. If you're at home watching, you should also, at the same time as Brother Joel is, make that bigger. I want that to be bigger, so everyone at home can see that. I can barely see on the screen. Make it big. Make it the size of your palm. You know, your entire hand. Make it big. That's better. You know what, Shaw? Bring the camera a little closer above the shot. Just be mindful of the length of the cord, all right?
Come on.
Yeah, rabbit. Keep going. Excuse us for the moment, we're just adjusting the camera. That should be too loud. How far can it go?
Just about.
Fix the wire. It's important that later. Perfect. That's the wire right there. Let's adjust the camera angle. Turn it to your left, up a little bit. Perfect, just right there.
Come on.
Joel, next go around, I want the entire symbols to fit the entire board. So bigger next time, all right?
Come on.
Right. So right now, Joel's in the process of finishing up the first 5 Hebrew letters, the Hebrew symbols. Make sure you all are doing this as well. Joel, you see the Ga?
Oh, okay.
The Ga, right? That leg that goes downward should be smaller. Don't erase the whole thing. I just said the leg should be smaller. That's better. Brother Joel up here, first time writing the Hebrew up on the board. Doing a good job right now. For everyone that's just joining in, we're beginning class reviewing the Hebrew alphabet. Now, Joel, please, for everyone at home, what did you just write here?
I wrote the first 5 columns.
And what are they?
It's A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha.
A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha. Everyone take a few moments, write these down if you haven't. Then we're going to move on to the next 5. Like I said, it's always good to review. It's always good to review the alphabet, your holy language, the language that your ancestors spoke and wrote and passed down. And that's what we do here in the I.S.U.P.K. We keep these traditions alive. We do what our forefathers and foreparents did. And part of that was speaking that holy tongue, that Lashawan Qadash. All right, so erase that. We're going to get the next 5, and this time I want them bigger. And don't bunch them up together too much. Give them some space. And you use a black marker. It shows a little better. All right, let me get the next 5. If you're at home, you should also be doing the next 5 alphabet letters, the symbols. You should be writing the next 5. All right? Make sure you write them big. Bigger. I want it bigger. Show the door. Bigger. Make sure you make it bigger, all right? That's better. We're streaming on Facebook. Oh, Facebook and YouTube. The I.S.U.K. On classes. Space them out more. Give us some more space. Better. Same as mine, right? Oh no, but I have a part here that you can use. So.
How long?
Not that long. But you see it anyway, right?
Yeah, let's keep going to the.
Everyone at home should be doing the same exact thing. Practice your Hebrew. So all the brothers that just tuned in, Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatham. To all the sisters that just joined, Yahweh Shemar Alathan Bashim Yahushai. I'm Officer of 1,000, the Shagapan, holding class down until Officer Hazahab is ready. He'll be here momentarily. Right now, we're just going over a simple review of the alphabet, like in the beginning of every class. Perfect. Now, Joel, what did you just write here?
The Next 5 characters of the alphabet.
Okay, and what are they?
There are Wa,
The Wa,
Za,
Za,
the Ka,
Cha,
the Ta,
the Ta,
the Ya.
and the Ya. Good job, Joel. Everyone take about 10 seconds to write these down if you have not already, before we move on to the next 5. Don't forget to sign in. We're taking class attendance. So if you haven't signed in, if you're new and trying to gain your Hebrew name, if you're a brother trying to be a trooper, if you're a sister trying to get your Hebrew name, make sure you sign in for attendance. I have posted the attendance login. Make sure you sign and take in attendance. All right, Joe, you can erase that. Let's get the next 5 up there. Like I said already, this is the Hebrew class, Friday. The Lashawan Qadash class, April 5th. And like we do every Friday, from 7 to 9, we get down on that Hebrew. And Brother Joel, a young man trying to get his name, is up here doing one hell of a job so far. Make those 2 lines a little bit longer, right? And more of a semicircle for the round. That's better. All right, Joel, so what do we have here?
You have the Ka,
The what?
the Ka,
Okay.
the La, the Ma, the Na, and the Sa.
All right, good job. Let's give everyone at home another 10 seconds to copy these down before we move on to the next 5. Actually, I want the next 4. All right. Eli Yashaya, you want to know where you can get a copy of the Hebrew alphabet? What you could do is you can come to 2279 3rd Avenue, Harlem, New York, on 124th Street and 3rd Avenue. You can come to class on Friday from 7 to 9, and we will give you a Hebrew sheet for free while you learn and ask any question you want in class. And from then on, you can have a Hebrew sheet and study the Hebrew all you want. You can come to class all you want, or you can learn online all you want. But that'd be the best way for you to get the Hebrew sheet. Come to class, meet the brothers, meet the priests of the Lord, ask whatever questions you have, and we'll more than gladly give you a free copy of the Hebrew sheet. You can also go on I.S.U.P.K.com, our website, and you can get the Hebrew sheet from there. Oh, you're in Texas. The Humble, Texas. I have to get you the exact location of the school in Texas, but you can go on ISUPK.com and you can find the number for the Texas location. Actually, let me see if I can pop that up for you right now. Joel, you can erase that from the board, all right?
So I got the one you said the next 4 characters.
The next 4, yeah.
Count.
Let me get the next 4, right? Eliyah Yashaya, let me know what school, what city you're closest to. Are you close to Dallas or Houston? Let me know which one you're close to. Dallas or Houston? Let me know if you're close to Dallas, Texas or Houston, Texas. In the meantime, Joel, what did you write up there on the board?
The I, the Pa, the Za, the Ka.
The what?
Ka.
What?
Qua, Salakio.
All right, let's give everyone at home a few seconds to write these down. All right, you can erase those. All right, so what you got there?
We have the Ra, Sha, Sa.
All right, this is the last 3 letters, the Ra, the Sha, and the Tha. Clap it up for Joel. Brother Joel, get it up there for the first time, writing up that Hebrew. And right now, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest Officer of 5,000. How's the high? Clap it up. Yes, sir.
For everyone around the country, if you're teaching the Hebrew class, that's where you start. Yeah, I mean, I'll give me an Ezra 3 and 10, all right? Also, Shagapan, you was there yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me that scripture where the one that General Mahima pulled in 1 Kings. Oh, led away captive. You wanna take notes, Aki?
I was doing the computer issue. I was
using the computer. Charles was yesterday. Joel takes good notes.
Carl,
He takes notes. Joel, let me see your notebook, Aki. Brother Joel is diligent out here.
Oh, I don't think I have this second edges.
The notes from yesterday. You have all of them. Okay, let me see what you got here. Daniel, Corinthians. Second Ministry 13. I know that one too. Traditions. This is good notes, sir. It's very, very good notes, sir.
So what?
You wanna keep that up.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? The blank pages, don't worry about the blank pages. You can fill up those blank pages with whatever class you go to, all right?
Oh.
All right, no problem. Now, you got a scripture from me, Charles.
Got my card, son.
I didn't forget your request, Joel, all right? To get the Bible names. All right, we're gonna get that right after this, all right? Go on the Charles.
Got my card. Ezra chapter 3, verse 10. And when the builders laid the foundation of the temple of the Most High,
Say it again.
Ezra chapter 3, verse 10. And when the builders laid the foundation,
of what?
Of the temple of the Most High.
The temple of the Most High, right? Because there was always a sanctuary that the Lord set up, where we can get the truth and wisdom of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Where the government of our nation will always be in that one place. All right. Keep reading. Ezra 3 and 10. All right.
First or second Ezra?
No, not Ezra. 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 This is Old Testament. All right. This is around like Nehemiah. Like around that section, the physical section of the Bible. All right. Keep reading there.
Okay. They set the priests in their apparel with trumpets.
They set the priests in their apparel. You see what I'm saying? There's a certain type of apparel you gotta have to have a priest. You just don't, fling on any bed sheet and call yourself a priest. You don't work like that. There's a way that a priest dressed in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Okay. And the Levites, the sons of I.S.U.P.K.
Right. And the Levites, the son of I.S.U.P.K. If I'm not mistaken, right? A.S.A.P.H.
Okay.
Yeah, I.S.U.P.K.
Okay.
Right? Levites were the priests in those days. Around that time, the Levites were the priests. Christ came and did away with that. See what I'm saying? Christ made the priests of all the 12 tribes of Israel like how the Lord intended it to be. See what I'm saying? In that time, the Levites was the one laying on the judgment. They were the one who took up the sword to lay judgment on the people, instead of saying, oh, we're all Israelites, we can't. Nah, it wasn't like that. You see what I'm saying? We judged our people, man. You see, we had courts we will go to sort out our issues. You see what I'm saying? Today, that's the I.S.U.P.K. Nowhere else but the I.S.U.P.K. Everyone else outside of here is Christian. Everyone outside of here is not trying to teach people the right way to do it. Everyone outside of here is trying to, they got some kind of lenience to a law, which is not of the Spirit. You see what I'm saying? It's not of the Holy Spirit. It's not of the Lord and by Holy Spirit, as mentioned yesterday. The Holy Spirit. Who is what General Muhammad said the Holy Spirit was? Let me get. What are you gonna say?
The Most High, sir.
It's the Most High's what?
The Most High is the Holy Spirit.
Okay. Let me see another answer. Class, you gotta be in class, Akim. You gotta be in class. A sharp point.
The Most High's will.
The Most High's will. That's onto it.
What he likes, what he
You see what I'm saying?
like.
What he likes, what he doesn't like. That's the better phrase was, as was mentioned yesterday, the Holy Spirit is the Lord's personality.
Come.
You see what I'm saying? That's the Lord's prayer. Like you said, the Lord's will. What the Lord likes, what the Lord doesn't like. You see what I'm saying? The Lord gives you his laws. Why? Because he likes the earth to run like that. anything outside of those laws, it's like he don't like that. You know what I mean? So now he's gonna choose whether to bless you or to curse you based on those laws. All right. Okay. We mentioned some words. Priest, right? I want these words on the board. Then maybe a shagapa, maybe, right? You will call a shagapa, right? I'm busy.
Yeah, but I just before I leave.
Okay. Shah.
Come on, cousin.
I want the word priest. All right? Priest is kahan.
Come on, cousin.
All right. Kahan. All right. Also shagapan. When you get a moment,
Yes, sir.
let me get that concordance.
We have it for you.
Where is it? Yeah, let me get all that good stuff. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Man, that brother is a whole lot of season, man.
So all got it ready for you, sir.
Most High Christ. All the stuff I need right here. If this is under with this, it is very good. Most High Christ. Good. I got all my guns ready. Can shoot. Can shoot. Don't worry about running out of bullets here. All right. Yeah. Kahan means priest. All right. Okay, no problem. Manpower. So now, if we're trying to come back to who we are, you gotta learn the ways of your forefathers. You see what I'm saying? You gotta know what was going on in the past. It's not just you take up a Bible and I know Christ is black. And Proverbs say, judge righteous judgment. And what else they say? The Lord only loves Israel. Yeah, that's all true. See what I'm saying? But that doesn't make you a priest because you know 10 scriptures in the Bible. See what I'm saying? Notably, April 20th, right, of April 20th, at 9601 Jamaica Avenue, we're gonna be hosting the Lord's Passover. Right? In the Bible, there's only one. Anybody wants to beg to differ that there's more than one, show me the scripture. I mean, it's not in there. There's only one Lord's Passover. Saying Moses only kept one. And we would travel to Jerusalem each year to do what? To have a Passover. If you was in captivity, you wouldn't go to Jerusalem. You would have the Passover where you were in captivity. And there will be one place where the Lord set his name, where you would have to have the Passover in that particular place in your captivity. All right, we're in America. There's not, ain't no 50 million Negroes and Hispanics in New York jumping on planes to go to Jerusalem to have the Passover. There's not enough planes to hold stuff. The Lord blessed our forefathers by letting them know, like, yo, your children are gonna be like the sand of the sea. See what I'm saying? And you can't count how much Negroes and Hispanics is out here. Count every single Negro in America and Mexican in America without getting to the Mexicans in Mexico and the Jamaicans in Jamaica and Trinidad and Grenada and St. Lucia and all the brothers in Panama and Guatemala and Nicaragua. No one ain't doing that census. All right? It's impossible for you to all jump on planes and go to Demona. You can't go to Jerusalem. Imagine 15 people come from America to flood Jerusalem in what they call City of David over there now.
It's a terrorist attack.
Huh? They always think it's a straight up war rock. I'm saying you wouldn't have a Passover. You won't be eating no lamb. You're not gonna be eating no matazawat, which is unleavened bread. Matazawat. Yeah, let me get all these that's a good idea. Let's get the Passover words on the board, right? Matazawat is unleavened bread, contrary to lakam, which is regular bread, all right? Matazawat. Matazawat. I think the white man called it matos or something like that, right? Or matos or something like that. But the word for it is matazawat. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. 4 Hebrew characters to form that word. All right. All right. Unleavened bread. Good. And we just mentioned we got what else we got? We got lakam, which is bread, regular bread. All right. Lakam, lakam. So LACHAAM. All right. SHALAM, right?
Yes, sir.
Your phone got data, right?
Counselor, the Wi-Fi working too.
Okay, just making sure. Just I want to check because you're on this channel. I want to make sure that the other page is running too.
Which page, sir?
The Lashawan Qadash page.
You want me to check it?
No. I want you to check to make sure that someone is doing it. All right.
We're on the Lashawan Qadash page on YouTube.
Oh, okay, come. Okay, I thought you said the I.S.U.P.K online classes.
On Facebook, sir.
On Facebook. Okay, no problem. No problem. All right. All right. I'm gonna turn the camera to the board so the brothers online can see this. All right. I want questions. All right. I want people online to have questions. Where can I get a copy of the Hebrew alphabet so I can work on this more? Oh, this is the brother that SHALAM address. All right. So you already know you're in Humboldt, Texas. All right. Northeast.
I didn't give him the address of the phone number. I was looking for it, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let me give him the number for the brother over in Houston, Texas. Right. The brother should be Qadash. Okay, there's a Qadash here, and there's a Qadash. Qadash in Hebrew, that's Zedekiah, right? Okay, for the brother, right? Explain to me, okay, the number in Houston, right? Does it begin with 281 or 662? All right, so that's Elia Yeshaya, right? Right, no problem. Just let me know if there's the number in Texas is 281 or 662. I think it's 281. Here's the number for Texas, all right? You just call this number. Whoever you get, that's who you're gonna deal with in terms of handling your place within the sanctuary of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K, right? 281-714-94-51. All right, so that's 281. That's the area code is 281-714-9451. Let me get the camera to the board, right? So brothers online can see it. They know what to write it. They know what to they know what to copy down. You know, we're kids, man. We're all newborn babies coming into this. All right. I.S.U.P.K was right. All right. But I see that I.S.U.P.K. All right. The Holy Spirit is the Most High's personality. Very good. You'll finish in the class yesterday. Most High Christ. After del Nasa, Shalom. All right. All right. John Scott. John Scott. He been holding on for a long time now. What's going on, John Scott? John Scott, you got the number right, David, right? I'm gonna call that number, right? I'm gonna give out the number one more time. All right? That's 281-714-9451. So I don't know if there's because usually every year we have buses that leave from all over America to come to the Passover in New York. All right, so I don't know if there's a way you can arrange with the brothers. You want to be in the Passover, it's the law. You got to keep the law. You see what I'm saying? There's only one Passover of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? If you went to another Passover that was not of Moses, you see what I'm saying? Then you were not keeping the law. You know what I mean? Ain't no, I'm having my Passover with GOCC. or you know, AOC. There was none of that. House of David, there was none of that. There was only one Passover, which was of the Lord. All right, and it's always a man that the Lord raises up to be the leader of the nation. All right, Matazawaf will come. What else we need? Pasach is Passover, right? The word for Passover is Pasach.
Sir, can you see that?
What, the time? I can see the clock. The light is shining in the curvature of the clock. The face of the clock is like a cut sphere, so it shines in different directions with the lights. That's aimed at it.
Can you see now? The numbers at all?
I can see everything below. I can see everything below 10 and 1. I can't see 10. I can't see 12. I can't see 1. Now I can't see 1 or 2 or 10 or 11, 12. Now I can see the 10. I can see the 2. Just put it up there. Don't worry about it. Just put it up. All right? We have an idea. We got black hands. We know the short hand is the hour hand, right? And the long hand is the minute hand. We'll figure it out. It should be a little lower there. No.
Well, we're getting a new one. I just want to put it up there for right now.
Okay, cut. So that's 2 hours. Good. That's the word for Pasach. That's a Passover. All right. The camera's a bit too low. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit. Just to be here, this way. No, the angle.
Oh, the angle, okay.
All right. A little more. It's a little bit more. We need that board to be low. All right. So that's that. The light is also shining on the board. Try to push it that way.
Come on, cut, sir. This way, other one?
Yeah, bring the thing, lift it up, and bring it that way. All right, good, stop. Good. That's better. All right? You want some more room on the board. All right, erase Kahan.
Come on, cut, sir.
All right, erase Kahan. What are we eating for the Passover? We're eating a lamb. Lamb is, who knows what lamb is? Just like today you have a word for sheep. Sheep is a particular animal, right? And the lamb is like a baby sheep. You know what I'm saying? Lamb is a young sheep. And the same way how lamb does not equal sheep in English, lamb does not equal sheep in Hebrew, right? I'm gonna start with lamb because that's what we're eating that day. Lamb, which is shah, S-H-A-H. Let me get some juice or something. No, that's right here. The cup, yeah, please. Oh, Baba Bashar, that's the Hebrew word for please. All right?
What's cup in Hebrew?
Cup, yeah, we're gonna find out. That's a good one. Vessel. Vessel will be cup. All right? That's what I like. I like that concern. Like, how do I say this in my language? You have to know that if you ever want to excel in this, you have to own this language, man. You know why brothers become so great in speaking Arabic when they're Muslim? Because of their ignorance, they really feel like that's where they belong. They feel like they take it on as a part of them. So because it's a part of you, you see what I'm saying? You investigate all about the Arabic history, all about how Arabs went around and created massacred the earth in the name of Allah. You see what I'm saying? And because they're Muslim, you say the history like it's your own, like that's Muslim history, but that's actual history of a particular race, which does not belong to you, where it's involved in murdering your people in the Battle of Foss. Battle of Foss, F-O-S-S, Battle of Foss in 627 AD, where the Arabs massacred Israelites, particularly of the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You see what I'm saying? That was in the Middle East area and in the areas of Africa. The Arabs came and massacred us in the northern section of Africa, the north parts of the Sahara. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we became Muslims. In the 600s, but we don't belong there. That's not our language. We're not Muslims. So we shouldn't have to speak Muslims. The same way, we shouldn't have to speak English because we're not white. We're not Caucasians. You see what I'm saying? And we're not trying to force someone else to speak our language. We don't tell no one to speak Ebonics. If we have a black restaurant, we don't tell them, yo, you gotta speak Ebonics to buy food for me. We don't do that.
Right.
We say, give me your money and go.
Right. And
be who you want to be. And who we want to be. You see what I'm saying? Yo, we want to find who we are. You find out the Israelites, find the culture of the Israelites. Find the language of the Israelites. Don't learn no stinking Nubian. You're not a Cushite to speak Nubian, to be a Nubian. Nubian is the same thing with Ethiopia. That's all the same. Ethiopia is ran under many names. You have Ethiopia, which is today. You have the Abyssinia, which was before. And you have Nubia, which was before. Alright? Nubia, Ethiopia, whatever, right? They were enemies to the Egyptians. They were neighbors. They were African enemies. You see what I'm saying? They're both Hamites. They're both from the children of Ham. And they had two different empires. One was Egypt and one was Ethiopia. So it's ignorant for someone to say, oh, we're going to unite Africa. We're going to go to Africa. You need to unite your people in America. You go to Africa. They don't want to be united. You see what I'm saying? Them Egyptians, which is now Nigerians and Ghanaians, them big-headed Ghanaians, you see what I'm saying? And what's it called? The Maasai tribe, wherever they are. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to love Ethiopians. Ethiopians don't want to love them. They want to be their own people, have their own identity, have their own culture and language, and get on with life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You begging two people that don't want to love each other to love each other. That's how you know where we get the people of God. Because our people is all about peace. We genuinely want peace on earth. You see what I'm saying? But because of the ignorance of the knowledge of the Lord and who we are, we don't know that we have to unite us. You see what I'm saying? Before you can rule and dominate over other people to make them have peace. But they're not gonna have peace on their own. Like Africans, they're trying to have peace on their own. They're gonna be in peace when you rule them. That's it. Ain't no, I mean, come on, we can't rule something. Africans got it going on, man.
Right.
You see Harlem? Africans rule Harlem.
Come.
Who's in Harlem? Negroes in Harlem. Negroes don't rule Harlem. Negroes go to jail in Harlem.
Right.
Negroes get locked up for something called loitering. You know what that is? What's loitering? Who knows what loitering is? That's for sure.
When you basically just like a group of people just stand around in one.
If you stand in your own neighborhood, you go to jail.
God.
If you stand on the street in your own neighborhood, you can go to jail.
God.
You see what I'm saying? You're not on no level with Africans, man. Africans is in heaven, man. You in hell. You can't walk out your door in peace. No crime, no crack cocaine. No crack cocaine, no gun violence, no guns. You see what I'm saying? What else? No rape, no molestation, no crime, no violent acts, nobody harmed, no illicit substances. You stand up outside, you go to jail for loitering. 5 minutes devil out.
Oh God.
5 minutes devil. And you want to say Africans, they come in and they say, oh wow, this is my African brother in America. He's in Africa. My African brother is in America. He goes to jail for standing on the street. They're not saying nothing like that. They don't give a damn about you, man.
Right.
You over there quick to go save them, but they're not saving you. You in slavery. They in Africa free with ships and money and selling you in slavery. They got money in Africa. Gold and spears and the little animal level that they turn to shields. They got their hearts, they got their land and freedom, and the white man giving them guns. They don't say we're gonna go save our African brothers in America. And man, all people got it twisted up. Go for the next word. SHALAM, right? Erase Matadawat. Alright? Matadawat is on living bread. I hope y'all got that online. I mean, because we're not going to be doing too much hackling and lingering. Alright? The word for sheep. When a sheep grows up, when a lamb grows up, it becomes a sheep. A lamb is like a baby sheep. The word for sheep is bakwash. BAQASH. All right. And we're gonna get some names of the enemies also. All right. Tug of war in Trinidad, big up. I.S.U.P.K. Richard Mendes, SHALAM. T-Time, right? Everyone got. I want everyone to put. Let me know if you want a number to your seat, because everyone got to make it to the Passover, right? The same guy in here watching class with us today and joining us in one spirit, one body, to all have an understanding in the same doctrine to love each other in peace and unity as a people. You want to do that physically as commanded by the Lord on April 20th, all right? You want to do that. You want to be there. You want to come to New York. Everyone comes to New York. That's why the Lord chose New York, because the Lord knows that Brazilians go to New York, Peruvians go to New York, Colombians go to New York, Argentinians go to New York. Black British Benjamites from the Caribbean that move to the UK will come to New York. Trinidadians are in New York. Haitians are in New York. Jamaicans are in New York. Cubans are in New York. Puerto Ricans, New York City is a home of the Puerto Ricans out there. You see what I'm saying? Dominicans everywhere. Brothers from Florida travel to New York. And they're down there. New York and Miami amongst black people is down there sister cities. All the brothers, all the Seminole Indians that think they're niggas from Florida, that they a lot of them live in New York. They move to New York and they live here. You see what I'm saying? All the Mexicans are everywhere in New York. You know what I'm saying? Then the Home Depot is run by the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord blessed them with a strong back to handle work that most brothers can't do. Asherites full New York. You see what I'm saying? El Salvador is all up in Long Island, New York, everywhere. Hempstead, damn, El Salvador City, Panamanians, everywhere. All right, all the 12 tribes traveled to New York, so the Lord chose New York. You see what I'm saying? The Lord set these names and established the group in the I.S.U.P.K, which was established in New York. Not so hard. It's not going to establish it in Tennessee, but most Benjamites don't go to Tennessee. You see what I'm saying? It's only recently that brothers will find themselves there, but all tribes, people don't bulk themselves up and go to Tennessee or a certain place. The Lord could have chosen it if he, because the Lord is more smarter than us. The Lord chose New York for a reason, all right? Easy to understand? Good. But wash his sheep, all right? Good. What else? The enemies. Enemies who are on this day, the Lord did what? The Lord killed the Egyptians. All right? The word for kill is harag. We killed the Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? We also killed the sheep. It's an important word, kill. Killing is our culture. Killing is how the earth runs. I know it sounds violent, I know it sounds mean, I know it sounds it's upsetting. You know what I'm saying? That is not something that you should be glad over. You know what I'm saying? Don't take no pride in being a killer. Right? Don't do none of that. But understand the Lord's culture is killing sheep. We eat by killing animals. We find an animal, we evaluate it, we say, is this an lawful animal? Yes, it is. It's a lawful animal. My children are hungry, animal is dead. Kill it, cut it, slaughter it with a knife. Harag, alright? H-A-R-A-G. Harag is kill, alright? Harag is killed. Alright? Very good. Okay, John Scott. Counter, I have the officer over my city's number. I have to undergo major surgery on my spine. My neck is broken. My lumbar area is damaged. I hope I'm able to make the Passover. Okay, John Scott, Lord be with you, alright? Lord be with you. We pray the Lord is with you. You see what I'm saying? For those online, I see a lot of officers in this class, so I'm saying, I recognize John Scott's name, so he's been an avid watcher of the class in I.S.U.P.K. On the Sabbath service, brothers from other cities, make sure to include John Scott in your prayers, all right? When you have to pray to bless the brother, bless the family, include John Scott's name in there, right? And I'm sure John Scott is a brother, right? What tribe you from, John Scott? Right? Let me know what tribe you are, John Scott, all right? Okay. TJ from Little Rock, Arkansas. Yahweh Bashem from all right, no problem. If you got questions, put them in the chat. Explain the Passover. Okay. The Passover is a day when we celebrate leaving captivity. All right? We left captivity. A brother give me Exodus chapter 15, all right? When you're ready, answer this question. You know the word of Passover is Pasach. We got it on the board right there, the bottom of the board. All right. So where they got that?
So what verse?
Let's see. I'm thinking 12 or 13. Start at 12, right?
Console. Book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 12. Thou stretchest out thy right hand.
Genesis, right?
Exodus.
Genesis 15 and 12, right?
So I can.
I'm proud of it. Oh, we got some good words for the Passover. The Passover story is deep. Where the chariots always came with clouds. You're going to get the Hebrew word for cloud. The Hebrew word for cloud is Einon. All right. They came as clouds by day, fire by night. We want fire. All right. We want to get that word. All right. Where you got the word?
Genesis 15 and 12, sir.
Please. Please in Hebrew is what? Who knows?
Oh, sure.
Say louder.
Babu Kashar.
Good. Next time, write down. Right. That's great. But he's absolutely correct. Babu Kashar is how you say please. You want to use that word at the Passover when they get there. You want to have courtesy with your brothers and sisters in the Passover, right? Hey, nobody come with that, I'm a man, so I shouldn't say please to no woman. We don't act like that, man. Then we're a family. You love the sisters as much as the brothers, right? And that's that. Elders love the young. Ain't I'm an elder, so you're a man fully capable of pulling out your own chair, and then you say you demanded a younger man do it for you because of you don't see lots of brothers in the world though. You know what I'm saying? Now, if an elderly brother now is unable to pull his chair, young man take it upon yourself to pull that chair for the elderly brother. I don't give a damn what rank you are. You see what I'm saying? I pull chairs for troopers up in the air. Just because I love them and respect them. You know what I'm saying? You see that. I don't give no partiality between my rank and a brother. You see what I'm saying? My rank is my job position. You see what I'm saying? I'll never break that, I'll never violate that, I'll never abuse that. Because for any more reason, I can become a trooper tomorrow. If I could, bro. The scripture says it, right? I righteous man fall 7 times and get up 8. I could fall out. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We ain't no angels up in here. See, I'm trying to get the kingdom just like all you want. You see what I'm saying? And I found out that this is the path. So I'm following along the path like the men before me. And the men that was there before me, I outranked them. You see what I'm saying? If you're a trooper in I.S.U.P.K, you outrank Nathaniel 7 of I.S.U.P.K, right? You outrank the Hall, you outrank GOCC's head, I'm saying Rakash, you outrank them. They gave up their rank when they left the truth. You leave the truth by leaving the sanctuary of the Lord. You leave the temple of the Lord. You try to build something, you try to build an imitation thing somewhere else, where the imitation is not by the Lord's hand, all right? And the It's not by the Lord's system. It's not by the Lord's tradition. That's just some group, some organization that he made up. It's just like a white man's charity where they take money and they don't really go to no real charity, right? You pay tithes to to all. You're paying his car notes. You know what I'm saying? If you're giving tithes to the ICGJC, the comforter group, the quilt, the blanket, right, the Tazadaki and in ICGJC, then you are funding his new Rolls Royce, or whatever he drives from New Jersey to New York. Whatever he crosses the bridge with, the expensive car that he drives, that's what you fund when you pay tithes to him. You pay your triple and double tithes to him, which is not even accurate according to the Bible. We went over that last week. Tithe is being 10. The Israelites had a culture of using rounding numbers of 10 and 100 and 10,000. Those are numbers that were special to us. That's our culture. The white man uses it today, right? We are the salt of the earth. You know that's in Matthew 5 and 13. Where you are the salt of the earth. All things come from Israelites, right? No problem. Numbers come from Abraham. Numbers, that's what they call Arabic numerals. I'm not giving the credit to those thinking Arabs. Arabs can't do anything. See what I'm saying? Oh, I got the Londoners right here. You want numbers? I gotta get the books in the Bible. Exodus is a good book to get the title for. Nobody got a question. Oh, Genesis before. 15. Give me erase Pasach.
Come on, Council.
For Ainan, as a matter of fact, leave Pasach.
Come on, Council.
The Passover coming up, we want to keep us up on the board.
Come on, Council.
All right. We got lamb. Lamb comes from a sheep. Harag. Okay. Erase sheep. Erase harag.
Come on, Council.
Give me. You pass the opposite test, right? So you know how to say Egyptians, right?
Come on, Council.
Okay. The word for Egyptians is matazarium. Root word is matazar, which is bondage. Matazarium is bondage plural. That is the name of the tribe of the Africans called the Egyptians, or rather not even tribe, the nation of the Africans called the Egyptians, all right? That's typical Egyptian. Joel.
Genesis 15, verse 1.
Please.
And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham.
When the sun was going on, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, right? Keep reading.
And lo, and horror of great darkness fell upon him.
And horror of great darkness fell upon him. The Lord was going to show Abraham in his vision something that's going to happen to his children. Right? The Lord can give you images in your dreams. A lot of times, according to the Bible, your dreams is most of your dreams is something you've seen in the daytime. You see what I'm saying? A lot of your dreams is reminiscing on something that you saw earlier in the day, an image you saw, or something that you wasn't paying attention to, that your eyes saw, that your brain registered, and your brain will run that back in your dreams. At other times, the Lord will talk to you in your dreams. At other times, the Lord will talk to a man of the Lord with his actual voice by the way of an angel. All right? At other times, the Lord will talk to you, as the Lord does today, through men of the Lord. Just as the Lord did when he spoke to people by Moses. He didn't speak to no one else but Moses. In the time of the Passover, the Lord didn't speak to Aaron. The Lord spoke to Moses. Moses repeated it to Aaron. Aaron repeated it to the nation of Israel because Moses had a speech impediment. All right, he didn't have confidence in his tongue. All right, that's good. That's the perfect spelling. Good, most I'm correct. That's exactly how you spell the Egyptians. Matazarium. All right. Good. All right. On the other hand, while Moses had a speech impediment, Aaron spoke very eloquently. All right, he spoke the way that people liked. He spoke the way that people would hear. And Aaron spoke to the people what the Lord said, but the Lord never spoke to Aaron because the Lord only speaks with Moses. All right? When Moses dies, the Lord only speaks with Joshua. The Lord didn't speak to Aaron. Aaron was the second man in command. The Lord didn't speak to Aaron when Moses died. The Lord chose another man who was a soldier under Moses. You see, who was an outright soldier You see what I'm saying? Immaculate in his performance and skill and discipline, who was a man of war, and which was everything the Lord liked. And the Lord chose Joshua to become the head of the nation of Israel. And Joshua, who was a Puerto Rican, you see what I'm saying, who was an Ephraimite, he followed up the journey that we left from Egypt into Mount Sinai to lead us unto the Lord, the land which the Lord promised unto Abraham, which Abraham never saw. Abraham was promised that his people would rule on the land of Canaan. It was the land of Adam. It was the Garden of Eden. The Lord promised Abraham that he would get it, except he wouldn't get it in his lifetime. See what I'm saying? Right. So now, Joshua, the Ephraimite, the Puerto Rican, the Lord spoke with him, and no man but him. All right. Good. And that's all about the Bible, where the Lord only speaks with one man and no one else. All right. Good. All right. Keep reading down to it. All right.
Verse 13. And when he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not there.
Know of a surety that your seed, meaning your descendants, your children, are going to be what?
A stranger.
A stranger meaning this isn't going to be their land. This is someone else's land where you are a visitor. That's where your children are going to go, Abraham. Keep reading.
In a land that is not theirs.
And a land that is not theirs.
And shall serve them.
And shall serve them.
And they shall afflict them.
And afflict them, oppress them.
400 years.
400 years, that's the life we lived in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? In Africa, so much for love in Africa. That's African history right there. See what I'm saying? That's how you relate to Africa right there. The place where the Lord will send you to oppress you and afflict you. You see what I'm saying? For 40 years. Alright? That's the Passover. We was in that place for 40 years. Why? Because we couldn't get out. They gave us what? Hard bondage. Give me Matazar without under that. Right? Matazar. Just as you see Matazar here. Give me Matazar. Alright? Matazar means bondage. Bondage. Alright? Right, we was in bondage in Africa. We was in bondage in Egypt. We was in bondage so hard that, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptians made Mexicans with Negroes, with all the Latinos and Mexicans, use their strong backs to carry all these heavy rocks to do what? Build up the Giza pyramid. That's what we did. That's what we was doing in Egypt. We was building their pyramids and building that stinking bestiality sphinx. Some man lion, some man cat, some man dog or man cat. But the Egyptians was full out into having sex with animals. The Africans love having sex with animals. They love to have sex with alligators. They love to have sex with dogs. And have sex with lions and cats, thinking that it gives them some weird chemical spiritual strength and power. Which is just, you know, it's nothing. It's you know, it's just their imagination. As they see, the Lord killed them. Because all that power and all that, you know, spiritual mysticism, bestiality, gaining power from some animal, didn't work for them, alright? Matters are all good. That word means bondage. And guess where you are, man? You're in America. How long have you been in America for? By the way, this scripture that's being mentioned in Genesis is not talking about the intention of the scripture is not for America, right? It's not to be used for America. We don't teach that because when the Lord told Abraham that, he was not talking about America. He was talking about Egypt.
So, cut.
All right? Keep reading when you're ready, Joel, all right?
Verse 14. And also that nation whom thou shalt serve.
And also that nation whom thou shalt serve. Who do we serve? We serve them Africans. Particularly them West Africans. Them that wasn't in West Africa at that time. At that time, no one inhabited West Africa. At that time, no one inhabited South Africa. All of the South Africans was living in the land of Canaan, which is our land, which was the Middle East. You see what I'm saying? Well, the Arabs were born here, Arabs were born here, right? Okay, the part we're reading right here, the Arabs were born here, because the Arabs are coming out of Abraham. You know what I'm saying? So they born out of Ishmael, and Ishmael have a couple of kids. You see what I'm saying? But the time in Egypt, yeah, Arab was there. Arab was there, and they were not their brother. So much for Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, which just means I, peace to you, meaning I, salam, which we would say shalom, they say salam. Assalamu alay, that lay is two, like how we say lam. And come is you plural. You know what I'm saying? When you speak for an individual person, you say assalamu alaikum, that's not even right according to the rules of linguistics. Because come is plural. If I say peace to you, I'm gonna say peace to you individual. I would say shalom laka, peace to you. For me to say shalom lakam, it would have to be more than you. You see what I'm saying? Arabs say assalamu alaikum because they're running around with a bastard dialect of our language. Alright? We speak the language that Abraham spoke. Arabs speak some language that's bastardized from Abraham's language, alright? So the Arabs don't even know how to speak their own language properly. Don't worry, we will rule the world one day and teach them how to speak properly. You see what I'm saying? While they will be slaves. And you will sell them like how they sold us. You will sell them like how they sold our Ephraimite brother, or not even Ephraimite, the father of the Ephraimites, Joseph. The Arabs sold Joseph to an Egyptian man, a wealthy Egyptian man called Potiphar. See what I'm saying? As a servant, and then the Lord used that for him to get into the system, into the Egyptian system, to prove that the Lord and the Lord was with him. The Egyptians saw that the Lord was with him. He was very wise. The Lord used him to get up high in Egyptian society to save our people, all right, from famine, all right, because the Egyptians had a lot of food, had a lot of land, all right, no problem, all right. But before that, we went back to the dream of where the Lord prophesied to Abraham that these things was going to happen, all right. Abraham, let me get the camera, all right. Abraham was a man that the Lord spoke to. The Lord is speaking to no other Hebrews. All right. Let's get it one time. All right. Don't worry about all the. Let's get it one time and boom. All right. Okay. The Lord didn't speak to all the other Hebrews. The Lord did not speak to Lot. All right. The Lord sent angels to save Lot from Sodom and Gomorrah by the wishes of Abraham. See what I'm saying? By the wishes of Abraham, the Lord went to go save Lot out of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Now, keep reading now.
Will I judge?
From the top. Now verse 14, right?
Verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve.
Also that nation whom they shall serve, we serve them Nigerians and them Ghanaians when they were Egyptians. All right, we serve them.
Will I judge?
We served them for 400 years, and after we serve them, the Lord will judge them. And that's what's so beautiful about the Lord. That the Lord didn't forget about us. He had a brother in the scripture called Zechariah, not Zechariah in the Bible, but Zekeriah. His name means Zachariah, right? In Hebrew, it would be Zachariah, right? No, not Zachariah. Zachariah, which means the Lord remembers, or Yahweh remembers, right? Because the Lord's name is not Ahaya, Ashara, Ahaya. So that Yah is short for Yahweh, right? The Lord, his name is not, Zechariah, Ashar, or Zechariah, Ahaya. His name is Zachariah for Zachariah Yahweh, right? Because the Lord's name is Yahweh. There's no other name but the Lord's name, which is Yahweh. And the Lord's name is only one. The Bible tells it is only one. You go to the book of Zechariah, 14 and 9, it tells you that the Lord only got one name. You don't call the Lord whatever you want to call him. You don't call your mom whatever you want to call your mom. You don't call your dad whatever you want to call your dad. Your Lord, your dad, your father does not have 1,000 names, and the Lord is your father, right? Right, the Lord is your father, and he has a name, and you better respect it, right? Keep reading.
And afterward shall thy come out with great substance.
Afterwards, you shall come out with great substance. Why? Because the Lord is going to raise up a man to put you in check. And he's going to raise up, under that man, the Lord is going to raise up priests to follow that man to put you in check. And he's going to set up a system like in the book of Numbers and in the book of Deuteronomy. You're going to set up generals and captains and officers, just like it always was, like it was back then, the same way how it is in the I.S.U.P.K today. The Lord is going to set it up back then. He set it up. He set it up every time in the book of the Maccabees. Every single time we had to form an army. You see what I'm saying? To get ourselves out of a problem, where we would come back to the Lord. We would have a military structure, and the men in this military was no cowards. They were killers, and they were ready to get down and bloody and dirty some action wherever the Lord permitted it, not on their own accord. All right, good, and that's the Bible. If you are learning from a man who was not a warrior, you see what I'm saying, who does not pray for the death of the Lord's enemies, then the person you're following is not a man of the Lord. All right. All right, Sister Elia Yashaya. I find it hard sometimes to listen to GOCC because he allows his personal feelings to take over his better judgment. Why? Because he's not a judge. That's why. All right. That's it. All right. That's the whole reason. That's the explanation behind it. So now you know. Saying men of the Lord don't take their own personal feelings into account, because it will hurt your spirit when your feelings will overtake your judgment. So you don't do what the Lord wants, you do what you want. More than likely, you're gonna have sex with all of the kids in there. You know what I mean? He's gonna get white women, because the Lord will say, don't have sex with white men. Don't be a child molester. What is he gonna do? He's gonna go to his own feelings. He's gonna go where his flesh tells him to go. He's gonna go to his feelings, and he's gonna do what his body tells him to do, and he's not gonna do what the Lord tells him to do. See what I'm saying? He's gonna marry prostitutes. He's gonna be gay. He's gonna do, he's gonna do everything that fake Israelites do. He's gonna do everything that GOCC is known for. All right, no problem. All right. So, welcome, welcome, Elia Yashaya. I'm saying, welcome to the U.P.K. Welcome to the place where the leader of GOCC was born, and the place that he abandoned, right? And the traditions that he left. Welcome home, Elia Yashaya. Right? Welcome home. Welcome, my sister. I think you're a sister, right? Welcome home, Sister Shalom. How Shema Alita Bashim Yahweh, right? All right, good. Where we at?
15.
15. Good. So now give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right. Let's see what we're understanding. So at this time, the Lord prophesied to Abraham that we were going to Egypt for 40 years. And we did it, and it was the point where we cried unto the Lord, and the Lord had respect to us. Why? Because in Egypt, the Lord is first and foremost, know this, the Lord is a jealous power, man. You see what I'm saying? You forsake the Lord to worship some Amun Ra and some Hotep Heru, some Akhenaten, and some this and some Babli Osiris, and this and that. The Lord is going to be jealous. If you worship Jesus Christ, if you got that white image of Jesus Christ, and you worship Jesus Christ, then the Lord is jealous. If you say that Jesus Christ is God, the Lord is jealous. You see what I'm saying? The Lord didn't create Jesus Christ to be God. He created Jesus Christ to be your king, and you should serve him as your king. And Jesus Christ will tell you, this is how you should pray. Our Father, not me, not pray to Jesus Christ, me. Jesus Christ said, pray to who? Our Father. Where? Who art in heaven. Holy be his name. And his name is Yahweh. Right? Put it on the board. All right? That's the Lord's name. That's the name that the Egyptian, the brothers that was in Egypt, who were Israelites, who the Egyptians called the invisible God, because they don't believe in a God that could be invisible. To them Egyptians, God was a cow. All right, God was a cow with big horns, the golden calf. We pray to a golden calf because the Egyptians taught us to pray to a golden calf. All right. All right. And the Lord was jealous. And when the Lord is jealous, just like any father, he puts you on a timeout, man. Yours. Okay, you wanna mess with me? All right, cool. Go over there while I don't look at you while you cry. And that's what you did. You went to Egypt and you worked and you worked your hard slavery. You worked your hard labor. Not listening to your father, listening to your own flesh, doing what you want to do. Not taking orders from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting your fathers, leaving the ways of their fathers, taking on the personality and the attributes and traditions of another race of people. Goddamn. When the Lord gave you your own culture, the Lord gave the other people outside of your race of people, he gave them their own culture. He gave the Arabs the man dress. He gave the Chinese the stinking dragon. You see what I'm saying? He gave the Africans, homosexuality. Sodom and Gomorrah, we mentioned Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah were Africans. They were Canaanites. They are your South Africans who people is running to Africa to go love. Oh, we're gonna go to Africa. We gotta go to Africa, and we're gonna unite Africa. You getting down there with the people who are the Sodomites. The Lord burnt down Sodom and Gomorrah, killed them all, right? No problem. How does it go? The Lord said that there is no end of all people in Ecclesiastes. You see what I'm saying? So meaning what? Those Sodomites are reincarnated into who? More Africans. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna find Sodomites, the actual Sodomites that lived, the spirit that was alive when all of the sodomy was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. You can go find them. You can go find them in Africa, man. You know what I'm saying? There's transsexuals in Africa. You see what I'm saying? They out there. There's Batsy man in Africa. They there. It came from them, and the white man learned it from them Africans. All right. Good. All right. The white man is a person. The white man is. The white man, even the Bible says that the white man is like an eagle, man. He observes things. He observes it and learns how to attack it or whatever, right? Just put Lord's name. Put Lord's name, right? And they're gonna get the camera to the board so the sister knows how to say it. All right. And by the way, Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya doesn't mean I am that I am. Ah means I, Haya means be. Ashar means who or that. It can mean who or that. Who and that means, it's relative. We say who and that in English, but Ashar means who or that, all right? So Ah means I, Haya means be. Ashar in this context is very important to know what it means. In this context, it means who, all right? Because the Lord is not a that. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is a man. He has an identity, is a name, all right? So he's a person you would address him as that. You would address him as who? Who are you? You don't say, what is that? What is that is an object. All right? Who is a person you're addressing, all right? It's a power, an authority figure you're addressing, right? Who is the power? The Most High is the power. You even say that, and who is the power? Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai is the power. Who is the power? Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh the power. Who do we fear? The Father we fear. Who do we fear? The Father we fear. Who's your king, Yahweh Shai? Who's your king, Yahweh Shai? Who's the king, Yahweh Shai? What's your name, Israel? What's your name, Israel? Those are titles. You see what I'm saying? Who is the power? Who will be Ashar? All right? Ahaya Ashar, Ahaya means I be who I be. That's not a name. That's not a title. You see what I'm saying? That's something that your God says. And that's the reason why black people speak like that, I be who I be, or I be 30, or I be around the way, because the Lord spoke. That's our culture to say that. We will say it higher. I'm saying Anya higher Shalashim. I be 30. I am 30. I be 30. A higher Shalashim. That's my age. A higher Shalashim. I be 30. You see what I'm saying? That's how we speak. That's how the Lord made us speak, and the Lord speaks like that in the Bible, right? That's Ahaya Ashar. Ashar Ahaya is not a name. It means I be who I be, right? Give me the board. Come on, sir. All right. Sidebar. All right. Give me that one time for the one time. Right? Give me Zechariah 14 and 9, right?
14 and 9.
Please. Babu Shah in Hebrew, right? No problem, Aliyah, Yeshaya. Alright? Don't worry, Aliyah, man. You will, the number I mentioned earlier, I think you will take us to where you're at, Aliyah. Alright, there's a lot of things that we don't know. I came in this truth knowing nothing. I came into the I.S.U.P.K knowing nothing. Bro, you see what I'm saying? I came here to learn something. I learned a little bit about who I am. I learned about why I'm in the situation I am today. I also learned how to deal with women. I learned how women are the way they are. I learned why men are the way they are. I learned about the feminine nature. All right. I learned about masculine nature. All right. You know, I learned all the things in the I.S.U.P.K that the world does not provide. You go to school, they don't teach us to deal with a woman. They don't teach us to have a family. You know, U.P.K, you're going to learn to be a family. You're going to learn to be a wife. If you got a husband, you're going to learn to be the best wife to the husband. Rather than, you know, you end up having nice fights and shootouts and calling the police and trying to get each other locked up. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting over who's going to take the kids. You know, just join U.P.K and, you know, call it a day. Join U.P.K and enjoy peace in Christ, all right? In your house, all right? What's that? As a war, and will come, black people talk. That's right. Somewhat like how we say, don't worry about who I am. Just like that. And here's what's heavy about what the war is saying. Because the Lord was saying just that. The Lord was saying, I be who I be, meaning Abraham ain't worried about what my name was. You know what I'm saying? Abraham ain't worried about who my name was. Abraham worried about whether he was going to die or not. Whether he listened to or did not listen to my orders from heaven. All right, that's what Abraham knew. We just read out Abraham what did it say? A dog vision came upon him, frightening, a gloomy vision. Just read out Abraham went through that, and he was terrified about what he saw in the dream, where he saw that his descendants are going to go into slavery in Egypt for 40 years. From the first generation. You see what I'm saying? From the first generation. Benjamin, Judah, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Isupk, Asher, Naphtali, Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh. They walked up into Egypt as Benjamin, Judah, Levi, Zebulun, as individual people. Isupk, Asher, and their children in Egypt in slavery, in bondage, in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And they were there in slavery, and they had kids. They had many kids. You see what I'm saying? They had so much kids that we came out as what? Hundreds of thousands of people out of Exodus, in the book of Exodus, all right? Good, all right? That's the Lord's name on the board. All right, let me know when you got that down. Go ahead.
No, I have
Yeah, what?
Zechariah 14, verse 9.
Please.
Zechariah 14, verse 9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth.
And the Lord shall be king. Every time we read the Lord in Hebrew, it says Yahweh, right? If you're going to Tanakh, go to your Tanakh. If you're from the GOCC, go to your Tanakh and go to Zechariah 14 and 9 and tell me what word is there when it says the Lord, all right? Or in the context, go translate all the words. It's only one verse. There's only a few verses in there. But you go find a verse, you go find a chapter, Zechariah chapter 14 and 9, and you go find what word it says there when it says the Lord, all right? When it addresses the Lord, all right? It's going to say Yahweh, all right? It's not going to say Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. I be who I be said. I be who I be commanded. No. Yahweh commanded. Yahweh said. See what I'm saying? Why Amar Yahweh Mashah Allah Haran? I'm saying, the Lord always did what? The Lord said unto Moses, to tell the children of Israel, to tell Aaron, to tell the children of Israel, so and so and so and so, do this, Lord, or that. All right? Read.
And in that day, shall there be one power.
There shall be one power. You're all going to worship the same power, which is the Most High, with one authority. You're going to worship. You're going to be ruled under one authority. All right. Keep reading.
And his name is one.
And his name is what?
One.
His name is two.
One.
His name is what?
One.
His name is whatever you want it to be.
One.
I don't believe that's not my God. That's your God. Read it. His name and
his name is one.
And his name is one. Lord, they got one name. It's not all. We say Ahaya over here. We say Yahweh over here. We say Yahuwah over here. We say Yahweh over here. We say Yah. We say to Almighty Jah Rastafari, anyone I Selassie, Jah Rasta. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that.
Right.
It's only Yahweh. All right. What's that first, right? The Rashamat, Selassie sir. If I could, how did the Arabic language come to be, even though Abraham fleshly son of Ishmael? By the Lord, all right? The Lord casted out the Lord by Sarah, right? But you know, Sarah is a woman. You read in the book of First Esdras, the woman is the second most powerful thing besides the truth. The woman got some words that will convince you to rob people for Christmas, and can sell drugs and rob a bank for Christmas to get your kids Christmas gift. Right. That's the power of a woman's mouth. If you're a woman in U.P.K, you're a woman that wants to serve the Lord. You wanna learn how to influence your man to serve the Lord harder than he already is. To push him to serve the Lord harder. You want to push him to be the best man he can be, and so you can be his wife. All right. The more righteous he becomes, the more of a better husband he'll be to you. And you know, the more Lord willing, the more lenient to, not lenient, the more I don't know, what is it, understanding? Well, you're gonna check the bits, man. You want a man, if you're a woman, and you don't want to fall, you want a man that will check you to bits, to check at every moment he gets so you can correct it, to keep you on the straight and narrow, so you don't fall into the wide path of destruction, all right? That's what you want to be a woman, all right? You want a man in I.S.U.P.K, right? No problem. Now, Ishmael was the son of Hagar. Hagar was of the people that the Lord killed in the Passover time, all right? Hagar was an Egyptian. Egyptians that existed around this time. They was kicking and going and running. They had their own empire. They had their own little, garbage nation. It wasn't as big before we went in there, because when we go into a place, we build that place up. We build chariots and cars and planes and airplanes and trains and cell phones and computers and light bulbs and Henry T. Sutton, he died. Henry T. Sutton created the cell phone. Puerto Rican brother created the television, the radio, AC, everything, all right? The fan, everything, ACs, everything, heats and everything, all right? So now, before we went in there, Egypt was just Africans in huts. You see, the Africans in huts, they got the little hut, they got the little one-piece building. You see what I'm saying? But we go in there, we put it up, right? So around this time, Abraham had a maid who was of an Egyptian woman, right? Hagar, right? Probably I don't know how we got Hagar. You read about that in the book of Josephus. It goes into specific about things that are not explained specifically in the Bible. I'm saying all the other records, Josephus, he gathered all of the compilation of books from all of the universities around the earth that had part of our history, biased and unbiased, all right? And he was able to make a quick and swift description of all the events in between that's not explained in our holy records, all right? So some things are explained in there that are not readily available in the Bible, right? He can tell you how we got Hagar. Of course, the Hagar is an Egyptian, so it's probably from a debt. It's probably some debts that that the Egyptians owed the Hebrews, and they probably got who knows, all right? Brothers, if you go into that, look that up, all right? Hagar is an Egyptian. She's not our people. Sarah convinced Abraham to cast out Ishmael, who was Abraham's first son, Abraham's first son, cast out your son, this one child, this one woman. According to Allah, he's a bastard anyways, because she's from a heathen. She's from a, she's from a outside race of people. She's from Ishmael is from the son of the Egyptian. All right. So he's cast out. He goes. He takes whatever died that he's speaking with his mother. All right. That's how that goes. All right. He meets Abraham. He's around the Hebrews. He speaks a language. All right. The chief tribe of the Arabs is called the Hagarenes. When you read the Hagarenes in the scripture, the Hagarenes is the chief tribe of the Arabs, named after their mother, who was Hagar, who was an Egyptian. All right. Who was an African. All right. No problem. All right. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Okay. Also, today, many brothers who don't know the Bible, who don't understand, who have never read the book of Judges, all right, who have never read the book of Nehemiah, right, who don't understand about when Israelites, who the Lord has established his nation to be Israel, right, how Israelites may be born from heathen mothers today. Some brothers are born out of white women. Some brothers, my father was born from a Chinese woman. You see what I'm saying? Some brothers are born from Hamite mothers in the UK. Benjamites are born from Hamite mothers in the UK. If your fathers are the Israelites, you are commanded to come to the Passover, April 20th, in the I.S.U.P.K. with us in 9601 Jamaica Avenue, Woodhaven Manor, Queens, New York. All right. You're commanded to come to the Passover. You must keep the law if your father is an Israelite. At this time, the Lord just wants his people back. You are a nation of sinners. You're born from a heathen mother. Yeah, that's I know. It's just saying your bastards fine. You see what I'm saying? But aren't we all bastards? So we all be drug dealers and liars and adulterers. You all wore the damn suit and tie. You wore that stinking tie, that bow tie, that long tie, which is an Egyptian palace. You see what I'm saying? You worship the white Jesus Christ. You pray to the white Jesus Christ on your mother's dresser to not get bullied in school now. You see what I'm saying? You did all that stuff. You worship Allah. You smoked weed. Some of you took the Molly. You took the ecstasy. You see what I'm saying? You are a nation of sinners. And you are all being cast out from the Lord. You're all sinners. You're all heathens to the Lord. And because of Christ, because of the grace of Christ, Christ has died so you can have another chance. When Christ died for your sin, he died for that sin of being born for heathen mother. Christ died for that sin of you smoking weed. Christ died for that sin of you selling drugs and gang banging and you committing adultery and sleeping with your cousin. Christ died to relieve you of all of that sin. All right, that's what it is. All right, we done. All right, so that's why. You know what I'm saying, brothers, heathen mothers, you're drafted back into the nation. Everyone of the lineage of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob have to be drafted back to the nation. Esau is a bastard. Ishmael is a bastard. All right. Lot's children, the Chinese and Japanese, who are the children of Lot, who the Lord saved Lot. He didn't die from the Chinese. He saved Lot from Abraham's wishes. All right. Those Chinese and Japanese are not Israelites. They should not be in your congregation. They're not going to be in the Lord's congregation. Absolutely not. They're not allowed at our Passover. In our Passover, you leave your white friends at home, all right? When you come to the Passover, when you come to the Lord's Passover, which the I.S.U.P.K, we'll be hosting the Lord's Passover. You leave your white friends at home. Give me the camera. You leave your white friends at home. You leave your Nigerian buddies at home. Right? You leave your Ghanaian buddies at home. You leave your Chinese study partner at home. Your Chinese, Japanese study partner, you leave him at home. You leave Billy Crackcorn, Cracker Jimmy, you leave him at home. All right, and you make your way to the Passover, all right? As the Lord commanded you and did not command them. All right? Say unto the children of Israel, say unto the children of Israel, say unto the children of Israel. The white man is not the children of Israel. There's no such thing as a spiritual Israelite, because a spiritual Israelite is not a child of the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's not a child of Israel. Child of Israel literally meaning Israel had a child. Israel was Jacob. Jacob had a child. Jacob got his Hebrew name. Just like how we all got a Hebrew name in I.S.U.P.K. Joel got the Hebrew name. Before Sha'al was the mighty warrior Sha'al. Before he was Sha'al, he had a name in the world. before I was Hazahar by the name of the world. All right, and Jacob, one day, he wrestled a spirit. You see what I'm saying? He showed the Lord that he could wrestle a spirit. He showed the Lord that he can wrestle a demon. He could fight this demon, and the Lord blessed him with a Hebrew name. Brothers come in here to see whether they can wrestle that carnality of wanting to wear your own clothes. You put on your own black. You put on all black to show that you can wrestle your own need to wear your own fancy colors and wear all your Jordans and your Nikes, your Air Maxes and your Converses. You take off your white off the Converses. You make it all black or whatever you do. You get all black to show that you're willing to put away yourself to be a brand new person in Christ. All right, you wear all black. As your troopership, when you become an officer, you wear, whatever color you want, all right? No problem, all right? Okay, yeah, Rash, I'm sure I answered your question, all right? The Lord divides the nations, their own culture, all right? The Lord made the same way the Lord created, this is a language class, so that might be a good to get. Give me Genesis chapter 10, all right? Give me Genesis chapter 10. The Tower of Babel. I'll show you where I want. Oh, it's Genesis chapter 11, right? By the way, for those online, Genesis chapter 10 gives you the lineage or the family tree of all the people that exist on the earth today. All right? That's what that is, right? Meaning what? It's not just, oh yeah, we all the same people, everyone's the same, we all bleed different, all that garbage. You see what I'm saying? There's an actual family tree on the earth. All right, there are people who are related to each other and there are people who are not related to each other. If you are a black man, you are related to the Latinos and Hispanics, according to their father's descent, who is not of the Spaniard, the white man, all right? If you are a Puerto Rican or a Mexican or a Colombian or a Brazilian, and your father's seed line is from the white man, then you are an Edomite. Right. All right. Just like who was that again? Just like Rihanna's father, she looks like a sister. She looks like a sister, but her father is a Spaniard, all right? So her father is a white man. All right, who else? There been a lot of Nipsey Hussle. Everyone talking about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle's father is a Eritrean. His father from Eritrea. All right, Eritrea is Cushites. Those are the same people that are like Cush. Those are the people that you can read about in that we're gonna read in the building up the Tower of Babel. Building up a Tower of Babel against God. All right. That's who he is. He's not a brother. If Nipsey Hussle was alive, Nipsey Hussle was the Messiah. Oh, get out of here. Nipsey Hussle would not be allowed to come to the Passover if he was alive, all right? Right. He would have to wait outside. All of his homeboys are gonna come in because all of his homeboys are Israelites. They are Crips from the rolling 60s or rolling from the world. They Crips and Bloods, and they're from the world. They're from the West Coast, East Coast. They gotta come in because they're brothers. They commanded to come in. If they don't come in, they'll more than likely the Lord will give them the same judgment as brothers do in the world that do that. All right. I don't love their brother like themselves. All right. All right. So Nipsey is gonna come in. Who was French Montana? Who is an Arab or he's Moroccan, right? Morocco is in Africa. He runs with that. Oh yeah, I'm from Africa, man. I'm from Africa. French Montana saying he's African. People accept him because he's from Africa. He's whatever his lineage is from Africa. But he's not our brother. You see what I'm saying? Who else? The Dream. Who had that song? Wale, who was in Hamite. He's not our brother. You know what I'm saying? You understand, all right? No problem, all right? Bree, Thomas, Shalom, what's going on, all right? Everyone logging in on the YouTube. Make sure you fill out the attendance form, all right? The attendance form is on the chat. You wanna fill that out, and you wanna find your way into UPK school. Learn how to make yourself a better person. Know how to make yourself a good family member. Know how to make yourself a brother. know how to make yourself a sister, a mother, a father, and a wife, and a husband, all right? You want to do all that stuff, all right? No problem. All right? Good. Okay, John Scott is a Judite, all right? So the brothers who locked in, when the prayer comes, when you do on your Sabbath service or after class, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the so be like. Make sure you put John Scott in your prayer. He's a Judite, all right? So I'm sure that means an African American black man, a black man in America, right? The children of the slaves in America, right? I'm sure that's what John Scott is, right? He's a children of the slaves in America. So he'll be a brother, all right? If he's a descendant of the slaves in America. He was a black man that came off them slave ships from Africa, came to the Americas. John Scott is a brother, right? So brothers pray for him, all right? All right. Where you got there, Joel?
Like it. What verse did you want on Genesis 11, sir?
I want 11 and this is so funny. Give me verse 4. This is the spirit of the heathens. This is the spirit that a lot of brothers in the fake Israelite groups have. Give me verse 4.
Book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 4.
Keep this right quick. Go on.
And they said,
the heathen said this, all right?
Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name.
Right. Let us build a tower. Let us build some fake Israelite groups. This is not the official breakdown of the scripture, right? I'm just giving you the wisdom of the Lord in the scriptures of how manifold it can be, all right? Some brothers who was in the truth, right? We're supposed to have one doctrine, right? Good. They wanted to do what? They wanted to have their own doctrine. They wanted to build a tower against the UPK. That's why you have your Israelite summit. That Israelite summit is a tower against the UPK, all right? To do what? Read it from the top again now.
And they said,
they
go to,
plural, right? All the Israelite groups that's outside the UPK, they want to do what? Keep reading.
Let us build us a city.
Let us build us a city, read.
And a tower.
And a tower, a place and a tower. They can get a place in a city and build a tower against the truth. Read, keep reading.
Whose top
may
reach unto heaven.
Whose top may be as the wisdom of the Lord. They hoping that they could have the truth too. Because to them, according to them, no one got the truth. No one got the truth. Not even if Christ existed today, and you didn't believe he was the Christ as he was back then, when he would have to prove his lineage in Luke the 3rd chapter. If he was around today, they would say Christ don't got the truth. That's what they would say, because they don't believe that no one on the earth can have the truth, because they don't have the truth. You see what I'm saying? They're not one of those people where if they're not the leader, then they don't want to be a part of it. For them to be a part of something, they have to be the leader. You're talking about a selfish bastard, man. You see what I'm saying? Who appeases his own flesh, who is all about fame and vanity, all right? Keep reading.
And let us make us a name.
So the word of Tadawar, right? Put John Scott in the praise for me, all right? Tadawar in Trinidad is going to pray for the brother John Scott. I think John Scott is from Humble, Texas, all right? That's how we are in U.P.K, man. We will pray for you from across the world, like. You see what I'm saying? I'm in New York. We in New York, Akim.
Right.
Telling a brother told us in Oklahoma that he's sick. We say that we're gonna pray for him. He didn't ask us to pray for him. We say we're gonna pray for him. Who picks up the job to pray, to deliver the message unto the Lord, to pray for a brother in Oklahoma? A brother in the island, man. On the island of Trinidad. Halfway down near the equator. You see what I'm saying? Different climate from we are. That's how we are in U.P.K. We are one. This is one body on the Christ. One body, one accord, one doctrine, one faith, one baptism, all right? And that baptism is with the fire of repentance of sin through Christ, all right? I'm saying the purpose of the whole grace, all right? No problem. Keep reading.
Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Right. So these brothers in these fake Israelite groups, they come together to build a tower against the I.S.U.P.K, lest they be scattered and have, because their little reputation is nothing on their own. Their little crack corner Israelite group is nothing on their own. So what did they do? Keep reading.
That is the
Keep reading. Oh, you want to say? You want to add something? You want to comment? Go on.
I.S.U.P.K.
Huh?
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. No book.
No college.
Okay, no problem. No carry. I'm right. Keep reading.
Verse 5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. Right.
And the Lord came down to see what these brothers is doing. Right. A lot of brothers will say, yeah, this was going on in the U.P.K. They had all these brothers before they left here. They had weird and diverse doctrines. The Lord saw that. What did the Lord do? Read.
And the Lord said, behold.
The Lord said, behold.
The people is one.
The people are one. They're in the U.P.K. and they are going against the seven heads. A lot of them don't like head priest Arya. They hate Command and GEN.YAHANNA. Keep reading.
And they have all one language.
And they all have one way of diversity and to express their way against Command and GEN.YAHANNA and the head priests in the school at that time, right? Who were the heads of the nation of Israel at that time, right? In the 1960s and 70s and 80s and 90s, come up to the what was popularly known as the split in the year 2000, right? The split in 95 and the split in 2000, right? Keep reading.
And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them.
Right, keep reading. So much that nothing will be restrained from them that they're still doing it. Even though we explain to them what they're doing is wrong, they still do it. What verse you at?
Verse 6, sir.
Read, please.
Which they have imagined to do.
Give me verse 7.
Go to. Let us go down.
The Lord commanded the angels, the Lord commanded the demons to do what?
Let us go down.
Go down.
And there confound the language.
And therefore confound their doctrines. Confound their speech. Let me get in Hebrew. Language. Keep reading.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
And now they don't understand. Now they don't understand their doctrine. He got the Star of David. Why they they believe in rape. What's the next one believe? We have to wear all white. The Lord's name is not Yahweh. The Lord's name is Ahaya Sharahaya. Oh no, that's all wrong. You wearing all that mitre and headpiece. The white Jew got our culture. We gotta be like the white Jew. We gotta wear the cup. what that? The kufi. You see what I'm saying? The Lord confounded their speech, confounded their language, their conversation. Right? I'm just giving you an example from this is not talking about that. I'm just giving you how the Lord works. This is the Lord's personality. It's how the Lord always does things. All right, especially for those who want to love heathens. GOCC loves the white man. I.U.S.C loves them stinking Africans. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure one of them must love the Ethiopians. You see what I'm saying? What's the name? GMS, they love white women. Damn. White women they love. They believe in raping white women. They saying, yo, they about to go to jail for this. You know what I'm saying? Rape is like you get 18 years in certain places for rape. 25 years. You can get life in certain places in America for rape. You know what I'm saying? That's what some men is leading our people to. And the Lord has to stop that, all right? And the Lord did stop that by doing what? The Lord made first and foremost, the Lord made Command and GEN.YAHANNA head of the nation. Right. And the Lord made GMS come up against Command and GEN.YAHANNA so that Command and GEN.YAHANNA through the power of the Most High Christ can crush GMS. Right. That is how the Guerrilla Radio show got as popular. It got big. It was there, but it got big. And on the Guerrilla Radio show, he would roast GMS week after week after week after week. Until people realize, oh snap, GMS is full of shit. It's like in my language, GMS is full of it. They nothing because they're on the street. People respect them because they appear to know the Bible. They appear to know one or two scriptures. They read it to you. It sounds so clear, except they don't really know what the Bible is talking about. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand that you cannot rape no one. In the kingdom, you will not rape nobody. Rape is unlawful. Yeah. You will do unto the heathens. You will reward them double, but you're not going to reward them double outside of the law. You're not going to rape them. You see what I'm saying? You will kill them. You will work them very hard. You know what I'm saying? You will do all. You're gonna do all that. You make them gonna work. You're gonna make. You work 8-hour shifts in New York. In the kingdom of heaven, white people are gonna be working 16-hour shifts a day. You see what I'm saying? It's just like that, right? Ain't no raping going on, right? Keep reading.
Verse 8. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence.
The Lord scattered them abroad from thence. The Lord scattered them from out of the UPK. All right, keep reading. Upon the face of all the earth. And now they are in. Where are they? Who knows where? Who knows where they at? Who knows where they at? Hands, show hands. Who knows where they at? Where's I.S.U.P.K right now? I.S.U.P.K is in Ghana. Is it Ghana? Ghana, right? I.S.U.P.K is in Ghana. Who's in the Middle East? I don't know. They, you know. And the word earth in the Hebrew means aratazah, which just means the land. All right. They go out and they go do whatever they want to do. All right. All right. Let me get that on the board. Let me get there's a couple of words that I want. I want the Red Sea. Red is Adawam. Adawam. You know, Esau's name, whose name means Aishuram, which means wasted away, is he. All right. I think Aisha means wasted away. Aisha means wasted away. There's an Aisha that means to do, or there's an Aisha in a certain context that means wasted away. Aisha wa at the end of a word means his. All right. This is a book. Book is sapar. If I want to say his book, it's sapar wa. All right. This is my phone. We created a name for phones. We say me and Officer Bam created the word for phone. It was a light book, light talk book or something like that. It was some Awa Sapadaba, which is light. You know, it lights up. It's electric. It's electric. These are electric phones. Electric is light. Light is awar, right? Sapar is book, because they call them smartphones. All right. Or if you want to call them a smartphone, smart is kakam, but then you gotta find a record phone. You know what I'm saying? Book. We created a book called What's a Party Bar, you know what I'm saying, one time, right? So if I were to say this is his phone, I'll say I was a part of our what? All right. Other one is red. Good. Red C. C is yam. Y-A-M. All right. We know that for those who know, you know that for the preposition ma means of or from. You know, you have the word ma yam, because ma means of. Yam is the sea. Ma yam means from the sea. Where does water come from? Water comes from the sea. All right. Water is in the sea. It evaporates. It goes into the atmosphere, where it cools down. It condensates in the air. It forms clouds. And it condensates and rains upon the land, all right? Rains upon the land, rains upon the mountains, and the rain is collected onto the mountains, trickles down little streams, it collects into a river, and then you got, River Nile and River Hiddekel and, Euphrates, when they all meet up, all right? And stuff like that, all right? Tigris River and so forth, all right? No problem. That's how the world works. We didn't get cloud. Ainon is cloud. All right, Yom is sea. Erase Pasach, all right? Right, Yom is sea, good. On the sea, put Mayam, so just so people understand, all right? Mayam is water, all right? Hold that. Get the camera to the board so people can write it down as we go along, all right? We're up on the time. For those who are officers in U.P.K, remember tomorrow's council. I shouldn't say nothing, but I love y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say you guys can check me, which I'm not really allowed to do. I'm gonna do it again, so not here, you know what I mean? But tomorrow is that day. All right, give me a little higher on the camera. Come on. Yeah. Good. Right? I don't want Adawam is red, sea is yam. So Red Sea would be Adawam, sea red. Let me find Red Sea in the scripture to see how it would be said. All right, under that, put mayam, which is water, right?
Come on.
Mayam. And before you write water, make sure you put of the sea or from the sea.
Come on.
All right. So you're gonna write mayam and under. Keep that there.
Of the sea?
Under that, you're gonna write mayam. And you're gonna break it down. You're gonna underline ma to say means of or from. And then you're gonna write yam to say that sea. And this is how the word water is formed, all right?
Can you say that one more time?
Okay, ma is of. All right. Yam is sea. All right. And then all underneath that, you're gonna circle water. But that's what it means. Water, all right?
Put water underneath it?
Yeah, water. Mayam is water.
Come on.
Water comes from the sea. Sea is full of water, all right? And then you have the word shamayam, which is heaven. You don't gotta write shamayam in the board. Just write that in Hebrew for the brothers online, everyone, right? And the word called shamayam. Shamayam is the word for heaven. Shasha means pertaining to. All right? And Sha means pertaining to. Mayam is like water. Because once again, God is black, and He gave you black culture. So when you shoot that 3-pointer, and it goes through the hoop, and it doesn't touch the, what do you call it again? The shot in basketball, right? The hoop. Hoop, right? Hoop. When the ball doesn't touch the hoop, what do you say? Like water.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You say what? It's easy.
Come on.
The word shamayam means pertaining to water, meaning heaven is a place that's easy for you. All right? I'm giving away all the Hebrew sheep to the eye. You know what I'm saying? Y'all David, I no problem. All right? Sharai, Rana, and Mayana the Pash. All right? Shalom. All right? Any questions before we go? So we're about to go. And we're going to get out of here. We're going to do what? We're going to be out. Oh, I forgot your Red Sea, I1, Red Sea. Ibar. Ibar means past. It means to cross over. Or it means from the past. All right. Ibar. If we get the Hebrews after name after Ibar. Let's not write that. We don't gotta write that. We get that once every week. What other word? Give me Aratazar. Aratazar means earth or land. All right. Aratazar. When you go into the second Esther, chapter 13 and 40, where it talks about how the northern kingdom, who are your Latino and Hispanics, Mexicans included, when they came over here, they came to a place called Arsareth. That word Arsareth in Hebrew is Aratazar. There's no R in it. Remove the R, right? At the end. Right. The rest is good. Aratazar. 3 words. Three characters. All right. Let me get some of this. Let me get some of this Donovan here.
It's like I want to say.
Yes.
It's earth.
Yeah. The word earth in English also comes from this. That E-F-A comes from the R. The R in the earth comes from the Ra, and the Tha comes from the Tada, which would be Eret. Some people before English, whatever language it was Latin or whatever, it was Eret. All right. And that Eret is trying to say Aratazar, all right? Arsareth, it's same thing. Ra, that Ara, and Arsareth, Ara, and then Arsareth. You know, whatever way they transliterated it, they were trying to say Aratazar in Hebrew. Hebrew is a root to all languages, all right? Linus Sadler, hello. Can you cook after the Sabbath day during the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Yes, you can. All right. Oh, behold that. Joel, my man Joel, give me Matthew 12 and 9. Let me show you the benefits of being a priest in the I.S.U.P.K. Let me tell you what Christ taught. That fake Israelites fought over. You know, when the Lord went down and confounded their language, confounded their speech. There's something that the Lord confounded their speech with how to deal with the Sabbath. All right, go on.
Matthew 12, verse 9.
Lift your voice.
I don't come.
Just speak loud, right? No problem. We'll read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 9. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. Block it. The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 5. Or have you not read in the law?
Have you not read in the law?
How that on the Sabbath day?
How that on the Sabbath day? This is Christ teaching the Old Testament, also Christianity. Oh, the Old Testament is done away with. Well, where's the law written at? The law written in the Old Testament. And Christ is teaching right here. He's trying to cut brothers that don't know the law. Brothers that what? That what? Do not know the law. Read.
From the top, sir.
Please.
Come. Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath?
The priests always profane the Sabbath. Why? Because the priests don't stop working. The Sabbath is the day for the priests to work. You see what I'm saying? If you read the law, if you're a Christian, you don't understand this. Because you don't know what was done on the Sabbath day. You don't have any knowledge of the Bible. On the Sabbath day, the priest would always cook. There's something called a burnt offering, which was just grilled food. There's something called what was the other one? You did a burnt offering. And you had what was the other offering?
A peace offering.
The peace offering, which was that bread, all right? Stuff that you would give, right? It could be a sheep, that could be anything tangible. But you had the burnt offering, you have the grilled food, and you have the cooked food. You have the food that you cook on the grill, and you have the food that you cook in a pot. All right, one of the food you cook in a pot was fried chicken, which is in the Bible. Fried chicken is in the Bible. The priests of the Lord, Levites, Asians, used to cook fried chicken in Leviticus chapter 2 and 8. All right, fried chicken is in the Bible. I mean, what fried chicken is a black food, it's not the white man's food. All right, KFC gotta pay their tithes. Popeyes, they gotta pay their tithes, man. They gotta pay some tithes ridiculously. See what I'm saying? The Lord gonna kill whoever's on top of that, you know. Whatever he is on top of KFC and Popeyes, the Lord gonna get us some damage, something serious. All right. Right, keep reading.
And are
blameless. The priests always cook the Sabbath, and they did not sin for doing it. That's something that the house of David always does not like us for. They don't come to we invite all the Israelite camps to come to our cookouts across the nation. And they don't come to our cookouts because they don't know the Bible, so they think that we're sinning by cooking on the Sabbath, by roasting a cheeseburger, on the Sabbath. They think we're sinning because they don't understand the law about not being able to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? When the law is made for rulers. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The rulers will look in the law and see how they should govern you. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, then you shouldn't cook on the Sabbath, correct? Okay. If you are married in the I.S.U.P.K, cook. If you are married to a man, if you're a woman, married to a man in the I.S.U.P.K, you should cook for him. Serve that priest. You serve the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Anyone who's in the school, out the school, you can cook for yourself, all right? You help the priest. You serve the priest. You're doing a service of the Lord, which was to do what? Cook on the Sabbath, all right? That's what offerings were in the Bible, all right? If you don't believe me, go to the book of Exodus, read Exodus, read Leviticus, read that goddamn Leviticus, man. Leviticus is good to know. And have your questions and bring them to class. Wednesday is the day that we teach the law. You can understand all the law that everyone doesn't understand, all right?
Okay.
All right, can you cook after the Sabbath day? Yes, you can cook after the Sabbath day. After the Sabbath day, during the feast of unleavened bread, you gotta have unleavened bread for 7 days. That's on the Qadash. You're gonna put all 11 out of your house. You can put them in your backyard, put them in what do you call it, a bin in your backyard. You can put them in the trunk of your car, but you gotta get it out of your living space. If you have a shared living space, you're gonna get it out of the space that belongs to you. All right? You can put them like most toothpastes have lemon in it. You're looking for sodium bicarbonate in the camera. You're looking for sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is a, just turn it. You don't want to do it. Just turn it.
Come on, Consul.
Sodium bicarbonate is 11. All right. What brothers do, according to the law, you can put it on the windowsill outside of your house. So when you close the window, it's on the outside of the house. That's the law, right? To get the leaven out of your house. Get the leaven out of your house. Get the sodium bicarbonate out of your house. All right. All right. So yeah, you cook food. You eat the unleavened bread with the food that you cook. You don't have to have just unleavened bread. You can eat rice. You can don't eat no bread. Don't have no toast. Don't have no bread that got leaven in it. You can cook, you can boil your potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You cannot make dumplings that got leaven in it. You can't use all-purpose the raisin flour. You gotta get that out of your house. All right, you can cook your rice. You can cook your I think your pasta don't got no leaven in it, right? Pasta is what, seeds, right? I think some of those Chinese noodles got leaven in it. You gotta find out what they are. You gotta get that out of your house. You can't eat that. I'm saying you can cook your rice and beans, your rice and peas. You know what I'm saying? Your arroz con pollo. You know what I mean? All that. And then you're gonna have at least a bite of unleavened bread. It don't gotta be a big piece. It can be a little piece like this, small as these fingers. Before people say, "Oh, I use my hand signs." Small as these fingers. You're gonna say, "I'm doing the 666 or what?" You know, whatever. You know, simplicity out there. Small as small like just a piece like this. Unleavened bread. Make sure your children have one. Make sure all of the people that believe in the Lord have one. All those that you want to be saved during the nuclear fires of World War III, make sure that your children have that, obey the law, follow the traditions. You see what I'm saying? Perform the righteous acts, rehearse the righteous acts. All right, no problem, all right? What else we got? On the board, give me up to the board, Sha'al, right? We wanted Genesis. I keep forgetting. The word Genesis, we'll go to the board first. Let's go to the board. The word for Genesis is Ba-Ra'ashiath. All right, Ba-Ra'ashiath is Genesis. Erase all of that. Erase everything. Every single thing on the board. Ba-Ra'ashiath is Genesis. Ba meaning in. Ra'ash meaning head. Ra'ash, yath. That yath makes it means pertaining to the head, meaning pertaining to the beginning. In the beginning is the head. You start at the head. You go down to the foot. All right. Ra'ash means head. All right. Ba Ra'ash, yath. All right. That's how you say Genesis in Hebrew, which means in the beginning. All right. No problem. If you got any questions, let me get them now, because I'm telling you, after we do Exodus, we are here. Yes. Ba-Ra'ash Yath. Good. So Y-A-T-H. Good.
Genesis?
That's Genesis. Right? So before you do that, underline Ba. And that means in. I-N. Ba is how you say in. All right, Ra'ash, underline Ra'ash. All right, that means head. All right. And then give me another line under the line Ra'ash, and stretch that line from Ra'ash, from the R, to the R. Barash. The Ra'ash. Go to the R in Ra'ash. Right? Now give me a second line underneath that. No. You're gonna start from the Ra and you're gonna give me all the way to the end of the H on Yath.
Like this one?
Yeah, but give me underneath it.
Right here?
Yeah, good. And that's gonna extend past the word Ra'ash, right? All the way to Yath. Alright? And you're gonna give me a line that's gonna touch the line. It's gonna go down, it's gonna say beginning. Right? Give me underhead. Underhead, give me beginning. See head? Point the head. Good. Underneath head, you're gonna write beginning. The word beginning, in our culture, you use the word head to say beginning. Alright? Good. Alright? Good, that's Barashah. And then give me an equal sign for the Hebrew word, an equal sign. Okay, do you want to write the Hebrew word out? Okay, good. All right, so underneath all of that, give me in capital Genesis. All right? No. Give me from the beginning of the board. But the whole thing means Genesis. Yeah, right there. Genesis, G-E-N-E, all right? Good, there you go. Genesis is from, some Latin, Roman, Greek word, some Latin word, where the word Genesis comes from, like, just like genes tell you who you are. You go back in time, it will be, genes or whatever, according to their philosophies. Genesis is from that same word, all right? But the word Genesis just means the beginning. You might need some more space out. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna make it there. Yeah, just go all the way to the end of the board. And use a different color. Use a green or something. In the beginning it was green. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It was green. It wasn't green. It was, it was the place was void of, shapes or anything. The word was in the form of all the elements that are on your periodic table, and the Lord formed the earth. First he created the light. He created one light. He created another light. The two lights were the earth's core, and the other was the sun, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ba, Ra, Ash. So Ba, Ra, and then an A. Good. And then a Sha. And then Ya and a Ta. Alright? Good. And a Ta. Good. Get the camera to the board. That's how you say Genesis in Hebrew, right? Ba, Ra, Ash. The Ra is singular, right? The Ash is together. And the Yath is together. Good. Right, get the camera to the board. What else we forget? Ash is fire. Because the chariots that came to save us came by a fire last night. For those online, we're not gonna get fire. Ash is fire, right? You know it's called Ash, right? A-H-S-H, right? Two Hebrew words. Ash. Two Hebrew characters, Ah and Shah, right? Good. Exodus in the Hebrew is supposed to say going out. Going out. Give me that on the board. All right. Going out is Pasach. Coming in is Ba'ah. Come is Ba'ah. Pasach is out. All right. Ash, Yath, good, right? The word for Exodus is Shamawath, right? Shamawath. God. When was the last time you had KFC here, man? I'm feeling for some KFC.
It's been
Where's the next KFC at?
It's
Yeah,
been
man.
KFC's around, I believe.
KFC is like way in New York, right? Damn,
Okay.
there's no KFC in Harlem. There's some
Like
black
that.
men to come get some fried chicken. We get some brothers in Harlem with the fried chicken.
It's like the other one you wanted me to put up. What?
Pasach. Or rather, Pasach. Right? Pasach. Right? Pasach means out. We was what? Thrusted out of Egypt. Alright? By the Egyptians. So the Lord plagued them. You see what I'm saying? Plague is a good word too. Plague. Plague. Plague is supposed to be, I want to say it's kapar. That's good, right? That's out. In the meantime, let's give me ash. Ash is fire, right? Ash is fire. Everybody knows the mighty captain in Washington D.C. is originally from the Bronx. Now, give me between the A, you gotta put A-H-S-H, all right? Just so the brothers know. Ash. A-H-S-H, all right?
A-H.
S-H, because R is H, and then Shai, and then the Shai is going to be S-H, all right?
Come on.
All right. Concordance code 4046. Hebrew concordance 4046. I want us to know the universal word of faith. 506 is the most one. That's what we see in well, that's not the one in, obviously it's similar to the one in Exodus, alright, but I want the one in Exodus. Alright, so Exodus the one in the plague, but in Exodus, the 5061 and the 503.
Is it interrupted? It's interrupted.
What's interrupted? The feed?
Come on.
So if you can hear me online and see me online, press 1. If you cannot hear me or see me online, press 8. So class is done in English. Alright? Let's get the word and we are.
Come on, counsel.
Eight, okay, they cannot see nothing. I guess you can't see, but you can hear. Alright, no problem, I'm gonna close the class, alright? But for those who are concerned, the word for plague is nagai. Alright, so for plague. The Lord plagued the Egyptians, and they thrusted us out of Egypt, out of this Qadash. Alright? Nagai. Right?
So like the other one is that
N-A-G-A-I. Right?
So like that's
plague.
Come on.
Right. Plague, this is also a word used for disease outbreaks, disease. Diseases are plagues, alright? Good. Na, ga, I, and then get ready for the announcement after that, right?
Come on, counsel.
Lord, when I see you all at the Passover, you know, I mean, we got a couple weeks left. All the brothers in the school who can hear me still. You know what I mean? You want to get that Passover garment ready. I know yo. It's like that. I'm telling you straight up. Brotherly love and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to have a garment better than all y'all. You know what I'm saying? What should you do? You should try to have a garment better than mine. This is a competition now. We Jake. We dress to impress. We don't wear no damn stinking suit and tie or black and white like the Freemasons. We ain't no stinking Freemasons. That's white man culture. White man don't got no salt. You see what I'm saying? The Lord's culture is to put on your. I ain't gonna give you one word. One was put them saying wear them colors, man. You understand? Wear them colors, wear them stars and fringes. You know what I mean? Wear them stars and fringes. Wear a fur. Wear the fur. Get a leather in, man. All right. Good. And that's April 20th, 9601, Jamaica Avenue. The location is called Woodhaven Manor. Woodhaven Manor in Queens, New York. All right. Put Woodhaven Manor in your Google search. It's gonna come up in New York. I'm gonna see you then. Most High Christ and our present class to all the 50 Sha'ar. All right.
Let's clap it up for the class. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K still out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When the new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10th of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which is Passover is April 20th. Like Officer Hazahab mentioned. Also, you can look up in the back of your bulletin board for the upcoming I.S.U.P.K events and high holy days. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarf, and with that amadint, which means to stand, we're going to give one courteous salute to the Akim. Abadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Yajimata, which means hands down. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the Akwakim, the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah by Hashem Yahweh Yajimata, which means hand down. Class dismissed.